about the beaner lady. Tell us about her Diener.
Diener's the beaner lady.
Not the beaner lady.
This happened quite a while ago. I'd say probably
4 years?
No, 6, 7 years ago. It's been quite a while ago. We were dredging out a big lake, and a lot of the stuff was real wet and all shitty and slimy. We had to haul it all off. Well, it's real hard to haul off liquid mud, so we dug this 300-foot long borrow pit on the bank. We had permission and everything.
That dry dirt out.
We hauled the dry dirt off
And put your muck in
and
the
put
hole.
our goopy shit. I mean, it was goopy. Like, you dumped it out and it ran. Well, we had it flagged off, T-post up, caution tape all the way around it. Well, one day we had done filled the borrow pit up and everything, and it was sitting there drying. Now, this is in winter time. It's probably 35, 40 degrees. We go to lunch and come back, and we were walking down this, and I was pulling up, and I saw this lady walking up. I was like, man, I have my glasses on. I don't think I wore contacts yet. And I was like, what the hell is she wearing? She got on waders or something like that. And it's like, one of them's about a foot lower than the other. And I'm sitting there like trying to blink my eyes and squint there. And she's just kind of walking up with this clipboard and just looked very distraught. And she gets a little bit closer. I'm like, I told my boss was with me. I was like, John, that's mud. What the hell happened to her?
She a busybody ass on the other side of that tape.
She done fell in the lake or something. Well, come to find out, it was the Department of Water Quality lady for the state had walked out there because she got called because our little access way ran between two houses, and this old bitch was all ill because her crepe myrtles were on the side, and she was afraid we were going to kill them, and she didn't want us to limb them up so the trucks could get through there. So I waited till she went to the grocery store one day, and I limbed them up like the fucking power line company come through there. I mean, that shit was pristine. Looked good from her side, but it was straight up. And she got madder than hell about that. So she called to their water quality people out there, even though we had permits to do it. And she was out there snooping around. She walked around the caution tape into about a 12, 15-foot hole of liquid goo. She was waist deep in goo. And all she could do was throw her clipboard down and crawl out. She had mud. It was all in areas that mud didn't need to be. Mud all over her clipboard. She comes.
So did you ask if she found everything in order?
We didn't hear nothing for about a week. But when we did, it wasn't no good news. But she come out to get in her car, and she was pulling out her grocery bags, whatever the hell she could find to put in the seat.
Chopping pine.
It looked like somebody threw a barrel of mud on her. I ain't never in my life seen no damn shit like that. But clearly she wasn't smart enough to read the caution tape and stay the hell out of the borrow pit.
Well, it didn't apply to her.
It didn't apply to her, and evidently you can't tell that liquid. I mean, who would walk through liquid
She didn't
goo?
show the mud her badge, you know.
Yeah.
Hold her
Show
up.
me your badge. Show me your badge. Well, that's the story on that one. I got another good one. We're about 3 hours from home working out of town. And it was about 5:30 or 6 o'clock that evening. We're about to go back to the hotel room. And one of the head guys out there, had our access down this power line easement to dredge out a pond where we're hauling all the mud up there and dumping it in the woods. I know it sounds like a mess, and it was, but that's what they wanted. And we were hauling, the mud was just running all through the woods, knocking trees down and everything. It was. And they won't die. They didn't die until after the check cleared, so it was all good. Homeowner come out and said, can you dig me a few scoops of dirt out of the ground and build me a little berm right here beside this walking trail? I want to plant some bushes on it. I don't want to see people when they walk by. I was like, yeah, ain't no problem. He gave me permission to dig there, and I dug there, and I dug 3 or 4 scoops out, built me a little berm. Well, we had hauled mud up there, and I had knocked down a couple of trees, so I wadded them up and shoved them in the hole and put mud, just smear mud back on top of it. Everything's all peachy. We head on back to the hotel room. Everything was fine and dandy. Get back there about 7 o'clock the next morning. Everything's just cautioned off. Got orange tree protection fence up, and I see this hole. Well, the hole was right where I dug, and there was a damn phone line about the size of my arm that I had dug through. Oh shit, that ain't gonna be good. I mean, there was a patch on it about 4 inches in diameter where they had patched it back together.
Now you talk to
And-
the guy. Yeah.
And we go on about our business down there. About 9 o'clock, it was 3 or 4 older guys come up wearing khakis and white shirts carrying clipboards. And I'm like, oh shit, this ain't gonna be good. And they come up and start talking. He's like, man, it took us like 3 hours to find. Did you not know something was down there? And no, it's out in the middle of the damn woods. And he's like, it took us like 3 hours to locate it. We got our mini excavator stuck in there trying to find it. Technicians were losing boots at 1 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I've been doing this shit for 28 goddamn years and I've never seen no. Did you wad up a tree and shove it in the hole? Our damn mini got stuck trying to dig a tree. He's like, I've never seen no shit like this in my life. And you smeared mud over top of it? I was like, yeah, I had a hole and I need to get rid of this tree, so I put it
You
in.
probably couldn't have
and
convinced him
smeared
it was an accident. He was sure you did it on purpose.
He's like, I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life. Well, they had a good story on that one because they had never met me. I still didn't know that I hit that phone line.
So who ended up having to pay for that?
The homeowners association ended up paying for it. It was like a
Guy
$5,000 or
told you.
$6,000 bill to replace that. And they had drove the Mini down the Greenway Trail after it got stuck. There was mud everywhere. I think it took them like 3 hours to locate it. They got the Mini stuck. There were technician lost their boots out there in the mud.
At 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock in the morning, we knocked out phone service to about 300 homes in a multi-million-dollar subdivision. They were not happy.
We were working in East Fayetteville. 1994, I think it